we're going to talk about a hometown tragedy that happened in my city. Not only my city, but in my neighborhood. I am from the west side of Cincinnati, big west side, baby. So a lot of this stuff that I'm going to be talking about today is real close to home. I did have interactions with all the parties that are involved. So this hits a little bit closer to home. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. I know that you guys have been seeing a lot of stuff go viral with the Ryan Hinton and Rodney Hinton Jr. and Deputy Henderson. So in case you guys are not caught up, Ryan Hinton, he was caught in a stolen car, and this is all what's being said by police. So we're going to say allegedly was in a stolen car, and he got out and fled. They said he had a weapon in his hand. He was being chased by one officer. He fell. The gun hit the ground, they said. And he then came from between the dumpsters and was shot by another officer. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get right into the story. So that was Ryan Hinton and his father, Rodney Hinton Jr. A day later, he reviewed the body cam because due to all of the police brutality in Cincinnati, Ohio came up with a law. Ohio came up with a, I think it was a law, but it was basically created by a civil rights union, and they now only have 24 hours to release any type of body cam footage, no matter what the circumstance is. So Rodney Hinton Jr. was reviewing that footage of his son being unalived by a Cincinnati police officer. And according to the witnesses, they said that he stormed out of the room, and then a few hours later, he hit and killed an officer. Well, hit and unalived. You have to give me a couple of them. Listen, YouTube. I'm only human. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to take y'all from over here. Yeah, we're going to take you from over here. We're going to set you up by my little setup. All right. Let's get it.
What you're about to watch could be hard to see.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun on your right! On your right!
In a matter of seconds. It all began with a stolen vehicle, a Kia from Edgewood, Kentucky. GPS tracking led the investigation here, a condo complex in East Price Hill. Officers arrived, and Chief Terry Thiegy explains what happened next.
All four individuals get out and start running.
On your right! On your right!
Some in different directions. So officers decide which individual they're going to pursue. One officer decides to pursue the individual who we now know had a firearm in his hand.
At some point, the person with the gun slips.
They heard the metal from the firearm hit the concrete. This individual gets up, still has the firearm in his hand, and continues to run through the dumpsters.
The officer who fired the shots was chasing another suspect before he made contact with the armed suspect.
The officer who did discharge his firearm said that when the individual came out between the dumpsters, he had the firearm in front of him. It was in like a bladed position, and it was pointed at the officer. And he felt threatened for his life, and that's why he discharged his firearm.
4 to 5 rounds were fired. The suspect was hit twice, given medical care right away, and died. Thiegy says this is the gun the suspect had. A semi-automatic with an extended magazine, with another magazine in his pocket.
Let me be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. When this happens, the outcome is almost always tragic.
Police also told us that a stolen gun was found inside that stolen Kia. At this time, we still do not have the identity of the person who was shot and killed. All police could tell us is that he was approximately 18 years old. Reporting live in East Price Hill tonight, Daniel.
Well, we're going to go ahead and say his name. His name was Ryan Hinton, and he was an 18-year-old from East Price Hill. That's the identity of the person that was unalived by the police. So, okay, we're going to do this story, like we're going to do this piece by piece. So as far as this situation, there has been a quote unquote pandemic when it comes to stolen vehicles and stuff like that. Okay, everybody's human, including the officer that you know that unfortunately had unalived him. But he was in a stolen car. He didn't harm anybody. You know what I'm saying? That at the very least he was fleeing from it. 6 seconds isn't enough for a human brain to process whether you're in danger or not. Let's keep it all the way 100. 6 seconds. It took him 6 seconds to put his car in park and chase and do what he did to that man. That's not enough time for you to be assess the situation. Okay, he had a weapon in his hand. I'm as we watch the next video, I'm gonna pull up something that just happened 2 days ago. There was another man. He was. We'll just say it this way. He was not a black man, and he got out of his car and pointed a rifle directly at the officers. You know what happened to him? He went to jail. Just because he stole a car, which was not right at the end of the day, he didn't deserve to be unalived. That's what the jail system is. That's what the jail system is for. If allegedly he stole it, you know what I'm saying? That's what the jail system is for. It's not for you to end his life because a car was taken. There's still innocence until proven guilty. There, you could have had a leg shot, anything like that. You didn't have to unalive him. And from what the deputy said, they said that he was struck twice. So, come on now. That's my opinion
Nelton
on this
Dax,
first one.
WLBT News 5.
And also, we're also live on Facebook as well. We're gonna go ahead and go back to that real quick so you guys can get a good look at this weapon, because it doesn't. This weapon, where do you see silver? That is a black top as far as what it looks like. That's a black top. And then, the little peanut butter bottom or whatever you want to call it. You feel me? When you look in this thing right here, in my opinion, what happened when he fell right here, they said that the weapon had scratch marks on it and all of that stuff, and everybody around agreed that they heard the metal hit the ground. So, with that being said, what person in their right mind? This man has already started running. He obviously encountered the one officer. That's why he took that sharp left to run in between them dumpsters. When he fell right there, he has not shot one shot yet, has not intimidated an officer with anything. He's fleeing. He's fleeing from the officers. So, with that being said, with him falling and the weapon hitting the ground, in my opinion, I don't believe he picked the weapon back up. I'm going to just be 100% honest. And again, that is not factual. I don't know whether that's a fact or not, because they don't show that part of the body cam. They don't show him getting back up. They show him falling, but they do not show that man getting back up and actually taking back off. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, there's no proof to say that when he got up from falling in this location, in this predicament right here, which you guys said that he for sure did, and the weapon hit the ground. Why? Because you guys said that there were scrape marks on the weapon, indicating that it hit the concrete. Okay, so what person in the right mind? He's fleeing. He's running away. He wasn't aiming at no officer. But furthermore, we're gonna go ahead and go forward. Notice how it changes from this. He falls.
Still has the firearm in his hand and continues to run.
It changes from when he falls to when the other officer is running. Let me see when he got up. Did he still have that weapon in his hand when he got up?
Through the dumpster.
Where is he aiming at you? Where is he aiming at you? At the end of the day, okay, cool. He committed a crime. He is human. Find me somebody that has never committed a crime. Well, I'm even going to say crime, because there's a lot of people that ain't never committed a crime. Never spit on the ground. Never did nothing stupid. Whatever. Y'all square. Anyway. But show me somebody who's perfect. Who's never did nothing wrong. And I'm going to show you a liar. He's not posing a threat. He's fleeing from y'all. And with that being said, when he came out, the weapon that they're trying to say is like a silver color. It looks like that's one of his hands right there. I don't know. They're saying that's one of the.
The
I
officer
agree
who
with you,
fired the
cuz.
shots was chasing another suspect before he made contact with the armed suspect.
The officer who did discharge his firearm said that when the individual came out between the dumpsters, he had the firearm in front of him. It was in like a bladed position, and it was pointed at the officer.
Okay, well, with what we seen from then, I'm glad that I paused it with you looking this way. He's lying, and you're dumb for covering that up. You can clearly see in the video, he didn't a turn. If he running, a turn and pointing would be like, you feel me? That's not what happened. If anything, the boy was running. Your arms swing when you run. If anything, it went like this. You feel me? And even when that occurred, even if that silver thing in the video is the weapon, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that it's not. Even if it is, when that weapon is turned for that brief 0.2 seconds, his face is turned the other direction. You see what I'm saying? And this is the part that bothers me. I'm never saying that you're justified for unaliving or hitting in that manner anybody that's fleeing from you. For one, you as an officer, it's not your job to eliminate. It's not your job to be like, oh, cool, he has a weapon. That gives me the right to eliminate him from. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool, and that's not how it's supposed to be. You're here to protect and just like after the situation, you want to try to save his life. How about thinking about saving his life and also deading down the situation? They said he was shot in his side. It pierced through his arm and hit his side. And I think they said another one came out, like went in and went out. Why was it so hard for you to shoot him? You know what I'm saying? For you to aim somewhere non-lethal, you know? And then you think that your department would be on their P's and Q's. 6 police-involved shootings this year. 6 police-involved shootings in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, I'm praying for y'all. Like, I and that's what I'm saying, cause again, I'm gonna say, why don't they show when he started shooting? And that's exactly what I'm saying. There is a gap between there. There's a gap between when he fell and when he got hit. When he fell, they said that he had his weapon in his hand still, but y'all said that the weapon hit the ground. Where's the proof that he stood up with that weapon? Show me that.
And he felt threatened for his life, and that's why he discharged his firearm.
Okay, and threatened. Look at him. He's fleeing away. For him to get hit on right here in this area, he had to be dominantly turned away from you. So with that being said, you weren't threatened for your life. You seen an opportunity to try to bring Cincinnati police force back to the way it was. I am from Cincinnati. I am born, raised, all that shit. I am specifically from this community. I deal with these officers. I dealt with these officers every day of my life. There's multiple complaints. As a matter of fact, my brother, a situation occurred at our house that went viral on the internet because of Cincinnati police. They attacked the father of my kids and my brother and my nephew, and that shit went viral. But again, Cincinnati police is known for this shit. They're known for covering stuff up. They used to have a task force that used to be located in the Price Hill area. They mainly used to be in Lower Price Hill. They used to take people and I'm talking from experience, not from receiving any of this stuff, but being around, witnessing, seeing, and hearing, you know what I'm saying? A lot of illegal and misconduct was happening. It seems like they're trying to do that
4 to 5
shit
rounds were
again.
fired. The suspect was hit twice, given medical care right away, and died. TG says this is the gun the suspect had. A semi-automatic with an extended magazine with another magazine in his pocket.
Let me be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. When this happens, the outcome is almost always tragic.
Police also told us that a stolen gun was found inside that stolen Kia. At this time, we still do not have the identity of the person who was shot and killed. All police.
Yeah, I forgot you pissed me off with that already. All right, y'all. I would love to know some of y'all thoughts about that. If you guys can't tell, I'm starting to get pissed off all over, like, because again, I dealt with this stuff daily. Like, I dealt with the harassment from Cincinnati police departments. I've dealt with, discrimination. I've dealt with being targeted just for having things. You feel me? So it just disgusts me. And like I said, I interacted with Ryan Hinton on many occasions, and he was a very soft spoken person. He wasn't on none of that. And okay, cool. Yes, I get it. He was in a stolen car. Was the car stolen, or was somebody brutally attacked and then the car snatched from him? You know what I'm saying? Yes, he had a semi-automatic in his and he had an extended clip, and he had an extra mag in his pocket. Do you know where he lives at? A lot of times y'all scared to go to that neighborhood unless y'all come in groups. When you guys go to Price Hill, you're in groups. Y'all don't show up by yourself. Why? Because you already know what type of neighborhood it is. Why is it okay for y'all to show up prepared, but you want us and the citizens of Price Hill to be just be open to whatever's gonna happen? No, that's not what it is. You can't you can't have nothing without somebody being jealous. You can't talk to somebody and them think that you ain't trying to disrespect them in some kind of way. You know how the streets are out there, so why are you acting like that? What he had in his pocket wasn't needed for his own safety. Y'all make it seem like that he was some type of criminal. What does his background look like? Because from what I heard, he has no juvenile background. Let's really talk about it though. And then we go from, oh, we're gonna go into this. So there's that with Ryan Hinton. Big facts, District 3. Um, you said the mic is going in and out, cuz it might be because of how I had y'all sitting. Let's see. Can you hear me a little bit better? You can also go on YouTube at Today with Brittany Nicole. And also YouTube, we're live on Facebook. If you don't follow me on Facebook, follow me at Brittany Nicole and the R&B Show. All right, so this right here is, well, we're gonna go into this. So a day later, again, like I mentioned to you guys, I forgot the name of the law or the name of the act that was passed based off of the civil rights movement that was created. Cincinnati and any Ohio officer only has 24 hours to release their body cam footage. With that being said, they had the father, the family, and all this stuff come and view the body cam footage a day later, and they said that Rodney Hinton Jr. had stormed out after obviously being upset and distraught based off of what he seen. Anybody would be. And I'm standing here, you guys are showing me what y'all did to my son. I mean, I don't even know how to go about that one. But they said he left and he ended up unaliving another officer. Let me start by saying I completely understand his frustration. I understand. I can't even, nobody can fathom unless you've been through the situation yourself, losing your child. Especially to some brutality as such. And like they were saying, they've been harassed, and they have it on video of them harassing this family as well. So it's just an overall sad situation. I understand his pain and his frustration. However, apparently the deputy that was unalived did not have anything. He was not the one that unalived his son. And I also have had an encounter with this officer. He was one of maybe two that I can say out of the entire Cincinnati and greater tri-state area police force officers that actually has a heart and actually cared about people. So Yeah, this is just altogether sad. Let's
Good
go.
evening. The deputy hit and killed by a car on Friday, and what police say was an intentional act is now identified. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says Larry Henderson was a recently retired deputy with 33 years of experience with the Sheriff's Office. Henderson served in various units from the dive team at SWAT to the FBI task force. Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey announcing today that Henderson's badge number 129 will be retired. Local 12's Chris Arnold is here tonight. And Chris, it's very clear that the support for Henderson continues to grow.
You know, that's right, Dwayne. What started as a small memorial for Henderson where he was hit and killed has grown quite a bit over the weekend. I saw a handful of people come by this afternoon to lay flowers down and pay their respects to the fallen deputy.
It broke my heart. It's a tragedy.
It's a growing memorial at the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. and Burnett Woods Drive. Flowers, candles, and even handwritten cards, all showing support for retired Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson.
A group of coworkers and I got together and collected some money so that we could bring some more flowers and bring some more life to this memorial and make sure that everyone who's driving by knows that he was well supported.
Ward Heilbronner didn't know Deputy Henderson personally, but says he's a friend and co-worker of Henderson's son.
I just know that his dad had to be a heck of a guy and a wonderful person just through what his son is.
Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey said in a statement on Sunday that Henderson trained divisions of the sheriff's office that included hundreds of deputy sheriffs. She says his ability to relate to and touch officers' lives was extraordinary. Henderson was hit and killed Friday while serving on a traffic detail for UC's graduation ceremony.
All right, y'all. So again, like I said, this situation is just altogether messed up. Okay, the boy made a mistake. He was still young. You feel me? Y'all didn't need to use excessive force the way you did. I don't believe and I don't feel like anybody else but the people that wear the same uniform as you believe that you were threatened for your life. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it if nobody else will. And there's a lot of people online that are speculating and giving opinions and talking about inside sources that they don't have because Price Hill ain't nowhere near Avondale. But it is what it is. You got a lot of people online acting like they know what they're talking about, acting like they know the situation and they don't. Be careful where you guys get your information. And then also, I just ask that you guys try to remain peaceful in the situation. You know what I'm saying? The whole situation is messed up. But we're going to go into the way that the family responded. The family is asking for peace and not to retaliate.
Their little sister, cousin, they wanted to share more about how they are remembering Hinton after his death. But the press conference began with attorneys offering condolences to the family of retired Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson. They consider his death another tragic loss. Family called the media here to speak on the life of Ryan Hinton, but also to raise questions after reviewing body camera footage from his death. Their main question is this: was the officer justified in using deadly force?
As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like, I didn't see the police there trying to kill. No. What I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and the officer, he was trying to get back to his family too.
We're also learning more new information tonight. Hinton's family says he attended Don High School before it shut down. He was not in school at the time of his death. Family and attorneys didn't dispute otherwise that Hinton was sitting in a stolen car or had a gun on him at the time of the incident. His cousin says, however, he should not.
Yeah, wait a minute. This is what I was talking about. You see the scrapes on it? They're trying to say that happened when he fell.
Incident. His cousin says, however, he should not have been in that stolen car because he was locked out of the house the night before.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This made me cry because it's just like, and like you were saying, cuz you was right. He was not supposed to be out there. He was not supposed to be out there, and this is the cousin telling you why. Here you go.
And I was asleep. Ryan, I'm so sorry. This was never supposed to happen to you. Ever. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm so sorry, Ryan. Just know he won't supposed to be there.
Like we said, a very, very emotional.
They didn't show the full thing. I had seen the full footage. They said he said that he was supposed to come home that night. He had got locked out. He said it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I guess Ryan was blowing his phone up, and he was knocked out sleep, so he didn't get to answer it, and they was sleeping in the car. There was footage from somebody, a resident inside of the it might have been a resident, or they had undercovers pull up first, so it could have been an undercover that recorded it. But there was footage of them sleeping in the car. So with what his cousin just said, and with him being asleep in the car, y'all don't know what that boy went through. He could have got stuck and got. I'm not saying it was right that he took a car. I'm not supporting that in any way. So anybody that tries to mix my words, try to mix it out in any way you can, because I'm gonna keep saying it. I am not saying what he did was right. What I'm saying is what he did not deserve for him to be killed. That's what I'm saying.
Press conference that wrapped up about an hour ago. The family is asking the public not to rush to judgment. Their attorneys are reviewing every report and angle of the incident they can get their hands on. At that point, attorneys say they will announce what, if any, steps they will take. We also asked about Ryan's father, Rodney Hinton Jr. Family did not want to take many questions regarding him, though we can tell you he faces aggravated murder charges.
We already know. We know. They're not. The family's not going to say anything because they're smart. You're not going to say anything about an ongoing investigation, for one, goofy. And then it just goes to show the type of people that they are. They literally are asking for peace. They're not asking for any type of retaliation. They ask the public to remain unbiased until all facts come out. They're also not disputing that he had a weapon on him. They're not disputing that he was in a stolen car. They're not disputing what he did wrong. So I feel like, as citizens being able to do it, you took an oath as an officer to do the same. Tell what really happened. Like, you see what I'm saying? Let us see the footage. We don't want the cutoff. I want to see the very first officer who was initially chasing Ryan. I want to see his full body cam. Y'all only where's his body cam? He was the one who was initially pursuing him. He's also the one who yelled, "Weapon." Okay, cool. Where's his body cam? You guys are stating that he pointed the weapon at y'all, but you guys are also, the first officer's body cam shows him falling, and you as an officer and the other officer stated y'all heard that weapon hit that ground. Where is the proof that that boy stood back up with that weapon and continued to run before he was unalived by y'all? We need to see that. That's important. And again, I'm not saying neither party is wrong. I'm lying. I am saying this Cincinnati police are wrong. Y'all didn't have to fatally harm that man. You didn't. It is what it is. All right, with that being said, let's see how Cincinnati Police Department, or Ohio Police, again, rest his soul. But again, rest his soul. But let's see how if you guys as well was like, let's keep it peaceful. Let's see how y'all did it.
Closer look at
here
how
it is.
deputy.
There we go.
Monday.com is the best AI for work.
And now again, I'm going to talk to you from personal experience. I have been in a situation where I've had to be in one of these type of courtrooms close to the same charge. Not for me, but yes. And I will let you know that they do not play fair in any way, shape, or form. Intimidation is a big factor in what they do to try to tear you down mentally, emotionally. So you guys will see this in this video.
And here's why.
After we look at this weird ass.
Let me show you some of the mind-blowing.
Step down slow. Hey, with this deputy right here, okay? That's Rodney Hinton Jr. on his way to court to answer to charges that he ran his car into a sheriff's deputy hours after meeting with police to view body camera footage of an officer shooting his son a day earlier. What does the body-worn camera video reveal?
Just look at all the officers. Do you guys do this every time and somebody comes in? No, you don't. I've been there. You don't do that. Y'all don't do that. Why is every officer in Hamilton County down there to escort this one man in there?
I take a look at the new footage just released. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Body camera footage of Rodney Hinton Jr. has just been released. It shows him in the hours after he's accused of intentionally hitting and killing a sheriff's deputy in his car in Cincinnati. Officials had shown him and his family body camera video of his son, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, being shot by a police officer the day before.
This is the other officer, the one who fires the shot. This is his body camera as he approaches
Where
the scene.
is officer number 2?
We stopped that video right before the shots were fired. The police chief said Ryan Hinton was in a stolen vehicle that had been stopped by police, and he ran with a gun in his hand.
This is the firearm that was recovered at the scene after the individual was shot. This is what he had in his hand while the officers were chasing him.
After viewing the footage, police say Rodney Hinton Jr. was understandably upset. He left the meeting, and more than an hour later, the call came in that Deputy Henderson had been hit by a car near the University of Cincinnati. Henderson worked for the sheriff's office, not the police department. After being taken to the hospital to be checked out, Rodney Hinton was taken to the police department to be interviewed by Cincinnati police detectives who would investigate Deputy Henderson's death. Then it was time for him to be taken to jail after being charged with aggravated murder.
All right. And with that being said, I don't know if y'all can see. No, y'all can't see that. All right. So this is when he goes to court.
Going to go as he is walking into the courtroom right now, if we're going to be able to take this live at this moment.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
That's his brother. Look at him. He ain't doing nothing at all. He's looking at his brother. That's what the glass is there for. If you've ever been to a Hamilton County courthouse, there is an entire glass wall. You have to walk through a door to get up to the podium to talk to the goddamn judge or whoever you're going to talk to. There's nothing wrong with that man standing right there. From what is going on, his brother is in there. His nephew is gone. You feel me? Their family is going through it. How do y'all expect for the citizens of y'all community to accept y'all and not have a negative outlook on y'all as people? Fuck as you doing your job as y'all as people. If this is how you treat them, where's the compassion for what they go through? Not one time show me one time. Somebody please email me or screen record and send in my inbox one time that Hamilton County has said, we are sorry for your loss of your son. They have many times said that they are sorry for their loss as far as for the officer. You know what I'm saying? Where's the compassion for the citizens? You guys, we're just going to go into the next. This shit's heartbreaking. They did that to us too.
Okay, so let's
We got
try to
some
armchair
footage.
quarterback.
We got footage from outside of the courthouse too. This shit is heartbreaking, y'all. We seen you fall. We definitely seen you just fall. Well, almost fall. Your attorney, the MVP, caught your ass. Scoop. Yeah, you over him right there. I cannot remember what his name is. Look at his face, though. I could guarantee you that you guys could probably already tell what I'm about to say. That young police officer, fresh on the goddamn job. Too much gel in his hair, feeling like he somebody extra because he has a badge to put his hand on his weapon and threaten you because he thinks he can. Like this is what the police force is full of. People that got bullied when they was little.
I just want my brother to see me. Take a breather. I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. My brother can't see me. They did this shit before. They did this shit before. That's the way to do it. They did it before. I got a video of them messing with my brother and me before. I ain't do nothing. I just wanted my brother to see me. I just want I ain't do nothing to him. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's
Come on. Ray, please. Ray, please.
You want all that? Man, see me one-on-one, man. That's one motherfucker here on my brother, man.
This is our last Trump mystery box.
It's the whole situation, y'all. Let's see. Here's what I was telling y'all. 6 police shootings in 9 weeks. What can we learn from recent? And let me explain something to you guys. I've looked at all of these. This right here. Patrick Lyons. He was an African-American man, 31 years old. And it doesn't say that on the report, but per my research, I found out he is a African-American. He was the second shooting by an officer. But here's something that is very interesting though. He was fleeing and they said he pointed a weapon. On March 3rd, Cincinnati police shot Patrick Lyons after a 911 caller reported a man with a knife and a gun in the 3000 block of Gilbert Avenue. One day later, they released the body cam showing that he lunged at an officer with a knife. Lyons was not seriously injured and is in the Hampton County Justice Center. He actually came at you, trying to attack you. Why is it always the youth? You feel me? Why don't y'all show the same type of resilience? Like, and I'm not even putting no racial thing on that because he's also a African-American man. But the problem with these 6 shootings is 4 out of 6 of them are African-American. That's one issue. Cincinnati, y'all got to do better. People, y'all got to stand together. Something has to change. Something's going to have to change. This shit is sickening. Within 9 weeks, 6 police shootings. No, let's do the. Hold on. Oh, I forgot all about this.
Heights residents are questioning the police response to the apparent neo-Nazi demonstration Friday.
And Hamilton County Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey today assured angry residents at a town hall this afternoon that
it's not going to show them. They were standing outside with weapons and threatening African American. What is what is a hate crime and what is all of that. But again, this is right here is the problem. Look at the funding in Cincinnati's department. Police budget per person is 19%. Misconduct settlements 83%. Police violence 4%. Deadly force per arrest 21%. Where's 29% of of deadly force by armed status were unarmed. 29% allegedly did not have a gun. 42% was black, and there's not even a percentage for the rest because they were, and 48% was white. People arrested 74% black, 22% white. People killed 64% black, 29% white. 14 killings by police from 2013 to 2003. Yeah, just make sure that y'all say a prayer for my city, because Lord knows that we need it. We're going to do my outro song. Damn, I thought I had it pulled up. Get out my business and stop looking at my messages. Oh, I'm on you. Let yourself feel what you're feeling. I know that pain hit different. It's okay to not be. 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 Okay. It's okay to not be okay. To sit and soar through all the pain. Loving you's not hard, let them love you. Let them love you. You need someone to love you. Someone to keep it real. Share your goals and help you heal. Cause you let your feelings causing an anger inside. Rage from being mistreated. Rage from being silent. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let yourself feel what you feeling. I know that pain hit different. Emotion is natural. Healing takes time. Know it's been a struggle, but you made it through. Built from whatever, let that fire burn inside of you. Need someone to love you. Someone to keep it real. Share your goals and help you heal. Cause you match your feelings, causing an anger inside. Rage from being mistreated, rage from being silent. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. Alright, y'all. Y'all already know it's been fun kicking it with y'all. Thank you guys for popping in and kicking it with me. And make sure that you guys subscribe, hit that like button, and make sure y'all hit that little bell, and make sure that you guys watch every one of my goddamn videos. Thank you. And tap in with my bae. Y'all know if y'all fucking with gaming, he's funny as hell when he be playing his games. Should be hilarious. And then he's a dope ass artist as well. So make sure you guys tap in with Relic Speaks and Renegade Gaming. And remember, keep it positive and keep it pushing and make today better than yesterday.